Hey, congratulations on your new job. As you begin to navigate through your career, it's important to learn about the retirement benefits available to you through the South Dakota retirement system. Now, as a new hire, we understand you've got a lot going on. You're learning policies, procedures, meeting new people, and honestly, you're just really busy. But that being said, we feel it's really important for you to take a bit of time and learn about the South Dakota retirement system. The idea is that hopefully we can just give you a few tidbits of what the system is, how it works, and provide you with a base so that throughout your career you can properly plan and prepare for those retirement years. My name is Alan Frang. I work for the South Dakota Retirement System, and today I'm tasked with welcoming you to Retirement 101. As it says on the screen, today's orientation will cover both the South Dakota Retirement System and also our Supplemental Retirement Plan. Don't worry, this isn't going to be a real deep in the woods kind of discussion. Again, we just want to get a base started for you, let you know where your money's going, what's happening to it, and how eventually, as a retiree, it's going to be an amazing benefit that you've earned. Now, I do have to read this disclaimer to you. It says, the material provided is for informational purposes only and is not intended to provide specific advice. Nothing in this presentation or the accompanying printed material is either a legal reference or a complete statement of the laws or South Dakota Retirement System's administrative rules. In any conflict between the information presented and South Dakota laws or administrative rules, the laws and administrative rules shall prevail. So as a new hire, it's likely that retirement is the last thing on your mind, but it's something you should be planning for from day one. As a South Dakota public employee, it's important for you to know that your retirement benefits are administered by the South Dakota Retirement System. Today's brief overview is going to give you a better idea about what the South Dakota Retirement System is and the benefits available to you. As you plan for your future, it's important to know that you'll need additional savings besides Social Security and the South Dakota Retirement System to fund those retirement years. Later in the presentation, we'll discuss the South Dakota Retirement System's Supplemental Retirement Plan, which is an additional retirement savings program offered to all South Dakota public employees. So with that, let's get started. Financial security in retirement doesn't just happen. It takes planning, commitment, and of course money. Generally, your retirement income will come from multiple sources. A common analogy for visualizing retirement funding is the three-legged stool. Envision your retirement as the seat of the stool and each leg of the stool as a funding source. Generally, the members of the South Dakota Retirement System have a three-legged retirement stool. They'll have their SDRS pension benefits, their Social Security benefits, and hopefully they've saved additional dollars on their own. And this is generally what makes up their retirement stools. Now, recent trends are indicating that people are adding a fourth leg to their stools, and that's work. I think working in retirement is a great idea, but only because you want to, not because you have to. I think relying on the income from going to work in retirement for too long can be a bit dangerous, as we all know that the older we get, the harder it can be to go out and earn a wage. Our hope is that when our members retire, they'll be able to replace right around 85% of their pre-retirement income. Generally, if they have 85% replacement in retirement, it's like having 100% of their wage while they were working. So here's the math behind the logic. Think of all the deductions you have on a pay stub. 7.65% for Medicare and Social Security taxes. You pay SDRS either 6 or 8% of your salary for retirement, and it's likely that there are other deductions as well. When you retire, you won't have those same deductions. Those things that I just mentioned are outgo now, but won't be outgo in retirement. Generally, when an SDRS member retires with 30 years of contributing to our system, SDRS replaces roughly 50% of their income for the rest of their lifetime. So when I'm helping a member retire who has 30 plus years of contributing to our system, and they're at or near their full Social Security age, just their SDRS and Social Security benefits usually get them to 85% replacement. Now, I would never tell you that because you think you're going to contribute for 30 years to SDRS and you think that you're going to wait until your full Social Security age to draw that benefit, not to save additional dollars. I think that could be dangerous, but generally those folks are in a pretty good position. Lastly, be careful. Income needs in retirement can be vastly different from one person to the next. What you need versus your sister versus your neighbor could be completely different. So there is no one size fits all. You need to sit down and put pencil to paper and really start thinking about how you want to live and what you're going to need in retirement. The South Dakota retirement system is a 401A defined benefit plan. When you talk to most people about their retirement plans, they most often have a defined contribution plan like a 401k. We're not a 401k. If I had a 401k and between me pulling the money out and the markets going south, when I get to a zero balance, I'm out of money. There's nothing left payable for me. This is not how the South Dakota retirement system works. As a pension plan, SDRS is going to define or calculate your benefit based on your service, salary, and a wage replacement multiplier, and then pay you that benefit for the rest of your lifetime. You can't outlive your SDRS benefit. At the time of this recording, there is currently 37 members over the age of 100 who are drawing benefits, and our oldest benefit recipient is 109, and I'm not joking. As a system, we do require matching employee and employer contributions of either 6 or 8% depending on who you work for and what your job is. Again, it's either a 6 or 8% contribution, nothing less, nothing more. It should be noted that roughly 93% of our membership contributes 6% and roughly 7% of the membership contributes 8% of their pre-tax salary. All contributions get pooled together in the South Dakota Retirement Systems Trust Fund and are managed by the South Dakota Investment Council. They're trying to earn a 6.5% return on our investment each year. And of course, they don't always get 6.5%. Sometimes they get less and sometimes they get more, but the better years have always made up for those leaner years. Again, we provide lifetime benefits. We provide a cost of living allowance or COLA to our retirees each year. And lastly, we provide survivor, family, and disability benefits at little or no cost. If you go to work for one of the 500 employer units that make up our retirement system and you get hired to work 20 hours a week or more on average over a 6-month period, then you must pay into the South Dakota retirement system. It doesn't matter if you work 20 hours a week and contribute or you work 100 hours a week and contribute, you get credit for the same amount of service. Now, it does take 3 years to be vested in our system. If I quit employment before having 3 years of service, then I wouldn't be eligible for a lifetime benefit at retirement age. I would, however, be entitled to get back all of my contributions and interest, as well as 50% of the employer's contributions and interest. Once I have 3 years of service, down the road at an appropriate retirement age, I'd be eligible for a lifetime benefit. The beauty of working for any of the employers that make up the South Dakota retirement system is the longer I work and the more my salary increases, the more my retirement benefits will increase as well. If you haven't heard, the South Dakota retirement system is one of the best funded defined benefit plans in the entire United States. If we're not number one in the nation, we're usually in the top 3 year after year. And so you can know that your benefit is going to be secure and you can rely on it to be there in those retirement years. Now, as our membership has evolved, so have our benefit structures. We now have foundation members who joined the system prior to July 1 of 2017, and we have generational members who joined the system after June 30th, 2017. Both the foundation members and the generational members are part of the same great retirement system, but there are some differences in how the benefits work. If you're interested in taking a deeper dive into the details, you can visit the publications page on the SDRS website to find our handbooks. While there are differences in the two benefit structures, it's important to note that the actual costs of the benefits provided under each structure are very much equal. SDRS offers protection for you and your survivors. We offer family benefits, survivor benefits, and disability benefits at little or no cost to the members. Of course, we hope for your sake we never have to pay these benefits because that usually means that something catastrophic has probably happened, but we're very proud to offer these benefits to those who'd qualify. Again, if you're interested in taking a deeper dive into the details, then you can visit the publications page at the SDRS website, find the handbooks, and there's much more in there regarding survivorship. This is just a friendly reminder to make sure that you have all of your beneficiary designation forms on file with the South Dakota retirement system. Each member should have a beneficiary designation form on file, and then if you have any children under the age of 18, you should have a transfer to minor form completed for each child under the age of 18. Both forms can be found at our website or can be attained by calling our office and requesting them. Again, if you have 4 children under the age of 18, you need to have 4 separate transfer to minor forms on file, one for each of your minor children. Completing these forms is a simple and cost-free way to make transfers or payments to minors with control held by a responsible adult until the minor becomes of age. And then lastly, Make sure that you have all your beneficiary information up to date with anybody you have business with. It's really easy to just live our lives and forget to make updates as we live and our lives play out, but it's super important. So just remember, every so often to make sure you've got current and updated beneficiary information with anyone you conduct business with. Purchasing service is an option for all the members of the South Dakota retirement system. You can purchase prior public service in which you don't have retirement for that time worked, or after you have 5 years of service in your current position, you can buy up to 5 years of airtime. Well, why might you purchase service? If I have $10,000 in the bank and I spend $10,000, I'm out of money. But if I take that $10,000 and I buy additional years of service, it's provided me with more lifetime income, and depending on how long I would live, I might make a heck of a lot more than $10,000 back over that same lifetime. So purchasing service is based on your age and a percentage of your salary at the time you make the purchase. If purchasing service ever interests you, please contact our office and we can help you with the numbers. There's also a calculator available on our website. And really you have to remember what you're looking for is if it costs me X amount of dollars to make the purchase, and now in retirement I'm going to get X amount of dollars more because I made that purchase, how long is it going to take me in retirement to get back that initial investment? All right, so for some of you, this may work out beautifully. For others, you'll maybe never even consider this. But again, if you ever have questions about it, please get a hold of one of the planners in our office and they can kind of help guide you along and crunch the numbers and see if this is something you'd ever be interested in. The Variable Retirement Account, or VRA, is a feature of the generational design. Each year that you're actively employed, 1.5% of your employer's contribution is placed into your VRA account. Your account earns the same interest that the Investment Council earns on the South Dakota Retirement System's net investment return for the fiscal year. The variable retirement account will be paid out at retirement if you become disabled or to an eligible spouse upon a member's death. Generational members who terminate employment and refund their accumulated contributions will forfeit their VRA. Remember, these are not lifetime income dollars. Once the dollars have been depleted, there's nothing left payable from the member's VRA account, but as long as you live, you'll always have your SDRS pension benefit. SDRS prides itself on educating our membership, but please help us educate you. We offer a whole host of educational opportunities. Starting in 2024, we're offering Retire Ready, a new virtual format for group presentations offered weekly. It's designed to be short and fit into your busy schedule while increasing your awareness and preparing you for retirement. We'll also be hosting virtual lunch and learn and Q&A sessions. In addition to those, we have retirement planners out on the road almost every week of the year where you can sit down with them face to face and have an individual retirement consultation. If an in-person visit isn't for you, they offer the same visits only virtually. When we're going to be in your neck of the woods, you'll be invited to attend our workshops and consultations. You don't have to wait for an invite, however. Check out our website and see if there's something you're interested in. And if there is, sign up for it. Remember, this is a big deal we're talking about. It's your future. Here's our contact information. If you have questions, please call. There's no call center, and so you're going to speak with one of our hardworking employees who's going to take care of you. If you're going to be in the Pierre area and you'd like to stop in and see us, we welcome you. Please do that. We're a block west of the Capitol and our front door faces east. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., including over the noon hour. And the nice thing is you don't have to have an appointment to stop in and see us. And so, again, I can't stress enough, this is a huge deal. This is your future we're talking about. And so if you have any questions at all, I can't encourage you enough to just give us a chance to get those questions answered for you. We're here to help. No matter how you look at it, retirement's going to be expensive. You'll need extra money outside of Social Security and pensions like the South Dakota Retirement System benefit to help cover those costs. Whether it's paying for home expenses, travel, hobbies, or health care, those extra funds you set aside now will be essential in the future. The South Dakota Retirement System's Supplemental Retirement Plan is here to help you reach your savings goals. Now, before we go on, I always like to point out a couple of things. Our Supplemental Retirement Plan is administered by Nationwide Retirement Solutions. They're in our office building here in Pierre, but they have their own office entrance and contact information. They've also managed this plan for us since 1987. They have a fantastic staff and do a wonderful job managing this plan for our members. You should also know that when you're dealing with one of the folks over at the Supplemental Retirement Plan, they get paid 100% on salary. They're not commission-based employees, and so when they're helping you, they're truly trying to help you and not pad their own pocketbooks. They get paid the same whether you participate or not. Other than Nationwide Retirement Solutions, who again administers the Supplemental Retirement Plan, SDRS does not work with or endorse any external businesses for financial planning services. The South Dakota Retirement System's Supplemental Retirement Plan is a 457B plan, which is a government version of a 401k plan. It's available to all the members of the South Dakota Retirement System, and you can make contributions on a pre-tax basis or after-tax or Roth basis. So you have the option to defer taxes until you retire, or pay taxes now for tax-free money in retirement, or you can do both. With the South Dakota Retirement System's Supplemental Retirement Plan, there's also no penalty for taking out the money before age 59 and a half. However, access to your money is limited to a distributable event such as an unforeseeable emergency, separation of service, or early retirement. Your deferred compensation plan is a great way to invest because it's easy to use, affordable, and super flexible. You decide how much to contribute within the IRS limits. The minimum contribution is $25 per month, and the annual maximum for 2024 is $23,000. Contributions are deducted from your payroll, just like SDRS contributions. You can increase or decrease the amount of your contribution one time per month. You can also start and stop contributions at any time. You can transfer or combine funds from other qualified retirement plans into the SDRS Supplemental Retirement Plan, and then you decide how to invest your funds and what kind of payout option fits your needs. SDRS has also negotiated a very competitive and low annual asset fee for its members, which means more money stays in your account. Now here's a great example of what can happen when you get started saving right away early in your career and then make increases throughout your career until you retire. So we have Jacob and Megan here. They both start their jobs at 30, both right out of the gate start putting away $25 per month, and they're both going to retire 30 years down the road at age 60. Now again, they're starting out doing $25 per month, and they're earning 6% per year in interest. Now Jacob, he never increases his contribution over those 30 years. So he just does $25 per month for 360 months, I guess. Megan, his coworker, who appears to be much smarter than Jacob, she starts out doing $25 per month just like Jacob. And then every year, about the time that she gets a pay increase, she increases her contribution to SRP by $10. So the first year she did $25. The second year she did $35 per month. The third year it's $45 per month. And again, the idea here is she increased the contribution at the same time she gets a pay increase, so she probably really doesn't feel this in her net paycheck, the $10 less every year per month. I think we all probably know what happens, but let's jump to the next slide and take a look for sure and see. Okay. Just as we suspected. So Jacob ended up putting $9,000 away over his 30-year career, earned $15,500 in interest, and ended up with about $24,500 at the end of his career. Megan, who started out doing $25 per month and then increased it $10 per month every year, set aside $61,000, earned little over $64,000 in interest, ends up with $125,500 at the end of her 30-year career. So it's a pretty significant difference, and it all stems from Megan starting out doing $25 and then just increasing her contribution $10 per month every year. And so we never beat anybody up about what you coulda, shoulda, woulda been doing. But if you haven't been doing much, you haven't ever really increased your contributions, I would encourage you to do it as soon as you possibly can, because things like this with Jacob and Megan, they happen all the time. And generally, if you can just get started and then up your contribution systematically every year around the same time, it can really, really pay off when you get to retirement. And hopefully, in all those years, like Megan, you didn't really feel it because you did small incremental changes along the way. They have significant impacts as opposed to like Jacob, who towards the end of his career could have or probably realized that he was going to be in trouble, and he maybe had to do some things that were crazy and painful. And it really wasn't necessary had he just continued to up his contribution a little bit each year throughout his career. Now, I have to tell you, I love the Supplemental Retirement Plan's website, srp457.com. It has online tools available to you whether you have a Supplemental Retirement Plan account or not. You can use the tools to determine how much to save, when to retire, view your full retirement plan, learn how to invest, and so much more. These tools and services are available to you not only during the time that you're employed, but also when you leave your money in the plan after you've retired. Let's take a closer look at two super helpful tools. The My Interactive Retirement Planner can help you determine when you can retire and how much money you're going to need. You can identify if you're on track with your savings to accomplish your goals. If you have an income shortfall, you can use the planner to adjust and close the income gap. Here's how the My Interactive Retirement Planner works. First, you'll enter in some specifics like your age, salary, length of retirement. Then you'll enter in your current savings progress towards your retirement, including your pension with the South Dakota retirement system. Then you can review your options. The great thing is that if you're a participant in the Supplemental Retirement Plan, you can do this when you're logged into the website to save your data and then revisit the planner and make adjustments as often as you'd like. If you aren't a participant in the Supplemental Retirement Plan, you can still use the planner, but you'll have to input your data each time you use it. If you're looking for help with your retirement savings investments, a great tool to use for personalized advice is the My Investment Planner. This tool helps you determine your investment style based on a number of factors including target retirement date, personal goals, and tolerance for risk. If you're logged into your Supplemental Retirement Plan account, you can move through the screens to help make the suggested changes to your portfolio. If you'd prefer to be entirely hands-off and have a professional fund manager actively manage your account for you, the Pro account would be a good option to consider. Pricing for that premium service starts at an additional 0.65% per year and decreases the more assets you have in the plan. Now here's the contact information for the Supplemental Retirement Plan. Remember, they're in the same building as us here in Pierre, but they have their own office entrance and their own phone number. So please feel free to contact them with any questions that you have about the Supplemental Retirement Plan. They can also discuss other retirement accounts that you may want to consolidate into the Supplemental Retirement Plan, and they'd love to help you accomplish your retirement goals. Lastly, I'd like to just point out, this is really a fantastic option for saving additional dollars, but there's lots of great ways to save additional money for retirement. We don't particularly care where you save additional dollars, just do it with somebody. We've never in our existence had somebody call us up and let us have it because they saved too much money, right? But every day we hear somebody say they wish they would have started earlier or saved more. And so the key is to save additional dollars. It's very, very likely that we're all going to need them. And again, the Supplemental Retirement Plan is my preferred choice, but just do something with somebody out there. You'll never be sorry that you did that. Some key takeaways. Remember, it takes a career to plan for your retirement, so start now. Act now. I promise you it's not too early. Save as much as you can. Educate yourself. Help us educate you. Ask questions. Be informed. We're talking about your future. This is a really, really big deal. And then lastly, utilize the resources available to you. Between SDRS and the Supplemental Retirement Plan, there's lots of ways that you can learn about retirement and the benefits available to you. And so please take the time to do that. You know down the road you'll be really thankful that you were interested in and concerned about your future and your retirement. I can promise you that. On behalf of the South Dakota Retirement System and the Supplemental Retirement Plan, I'd like to thank you for your time today. Hopefully, this has given you a better idea of what the South Dakota Retirement System and the Supplemental Retirement Plan actually are and how they can truly benefit you in the future. Please, at any time, reach out with questions. Remember, this is your retirement plan, so let us help you. Also, if you wouldn't mind completing a quick survey, we'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks again, and we hope to see you all down the road.